story is just repugnant. And, you know, there was, where was this? Over the 3-day weekend, I guess it was. Matt Iglesias had posted this. He wrote, often lost in the DACA debate is that yanking these people's legal status doesn't change the fact that the pace of deportations is already maxed out. You're injuring hundreds of thousands of people's lives without reducing the undocumented population at all. And what he's referring to is the fact that the pace of arrests in this country over the past year of either undocumented immigrants or immigrants whose documentation is not up to speed or whatever it is, varying levels of reasons why you would detain somebody, has been such that our court system, our entire immigration system that basically filters and processes these people to deport them is so backlogged that you're talking about years out now. You'll be detaining people for years. And so Iglesias, on some level, and I think this is lost on a lot of people, doesn't seem to understand that the goal here is not to get these so-called undocumented people off the streets and out of their houses and away from their families and get them out of the country. The goal here is literally to terrorize the immigrant community. Not the undocumented immigrant community. It is to terrorize the immigrant community and everyone around them. And make no mistake about it, they're not looking to terrorize the Norwegian immigrant community. They're not looking to terrorize the Swedish immigrant community or the European immigrant community. This is about terrorizing brown people. A vast swath of brown people in this country. Terrorizing them. Nothing else. There is no other agenda. Everything else is just sort of secondary. Everything else is window dressing to allow us to strike terror. So on Martin Luther King Day, I guess it was yesterday, Jorge Garcia, I don't know, let's play this, play the clip. I think maybe they cover this. But this is a guy, he's 39 years old. He has been in this country for 30 years. He's 39. He's been in this country for 30 years. So he was 9 when he came here. He was 9. I guess 10. He's been here for 30 years. He has not even gotten a traffic ticket. He pays his taxes every year. He's been here for 30 years.
What do you tell your kids?
I tell them to be strong.
All right, pause it. Hold on. This is his wife, Cindy Garcia. He's got 2 kids, a 15-year-old daughter and a 12-year-old son. Play it.
What do you tell your kids?
I tell them to be strong. I tell them we're going to get through this. We're not the only family that's out there. It affects 11 million other people. But at least I can come forward and tell my story because I am a U.S. citizen and I do not have to hide in any shadows.
What are you telling yourself about this that'll make it okay?
Just to be strong, that it is our law and I have to respect it because I am a U.S. citizen and I do want ICE to protect our borders because I do not want terrorists to enter. But at the same time, it devastates me because each individual case needs to be looked at separately, not as a group.
We saw the footage of you guys saying goodbye at the Detroit airport. What was the last thing you said to your husband?
I love you and I'm going to miss you.
Do you think you'll be able to find a way through this? What do you say to President Trump?
He needs to fix this broken immigration system and find a right way to citizenship.
What do you want him to know about your husband?
Yeah, pause it for 1 second. Let me just say what Cindy Garcia doesn't feel like she can say at this point because her husband's just been deported to Mexico after 30 years in this country, leaving the 2 kids here. Fuck Donald Trump. Donald fucking Trump doesn't... This is what his immigration system is. He's not looking to fix shit. Look at this. He's looking to terrorize people. This is not a broken immigration. This is not a bug. This is a feature. This is the press they want. They want everyone to see them sending this guy who has lived here for 30 years, but because when he was 10, he was from Mexico, that he's got to say goodbye to his kids, say goodbye to his wife. They want that. This is not a mistake with their immigration system. This is the point of their immigration system. Fuck Donald Trump. Cindy Garcia can't say it. I can say it. Fuck Donald Trump. Fuck him. Fuck every single person who is an accomplice in this. It's disgusting. This is Nazi shit. This is disgusting. Anybody who is associated with this, who doesn't resign immediately, is disgusting. It's disgusting. There is no excuse for shit like this. This is full-on terrorism. It really is. I mean, I'm sorry. Fucking reprehensible. Any of those ICE people who sat there and walked this guy out that door, they should wake up in the middle of the night in horror at themselves. Hi, folks. Sam Seder here. We still need your help on our Patreon page. YouTube ads have come back, but not nearly as much as we had before. So if you can help us out, any little bit helps. Head over to our Patreon page right at this URL, and you'll help us keep helping you by making videos